What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto, and welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And just want to say happy Friday, and I hope you enjoy the fights tomorrow. And just basically, just been a little busy at the moment. I've been debating on Facebook forums just to make sure that people are actually getting the boxing knowledge that they need. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, there were a couple of things I was talking about, which came to GGG being unified, and well, he's got one more strap to go. Well, two more straps to go, so he's partly unified. But let's just get that out the way. He's not fully unified, so let's not say that just yet. As well as news coming out with Alexander Povetkin. Now, I'm gonna take a little bit of time to talk about this, since this is boxing news. The thing that got me upset about certain people in the YTBC that were protecting Povetkin, you know, they switched off into, another medium. They went another direction when it should have just stood to boxing. And that whole Meldonium incident went as far as starting another faction within the YouTube boxing community, right? Branching off. So, at the end of the day, everybody who was protecting Povetkin was wrong. And it has nothing to do with color, has nothing to do with race, nothing. It has to do with Alexander Povetkin failing. Now, I got this from Ring IQ Boxing Talk. Peace to you, my bro. And it's interesting. It's interesting because there's a doctor named Eichner, if I'm not mistaken, has come out and has actually said, and mind you, he is the head of the testing, right? So he came out and he said that 7 gram or whatever that they found in Povetkin was basically enough to be caught cheating, because that's the same amount that can be taken, like, let's ingested, let's just say a day before or 2 days before. So you guys were wrong. Look up Dr. Eric Eichner, if I'm not mistaken. That's his name. Now, the reason why the WBC is letting this go and giving him a pass is because, number one, they didn't know what the fuck to do. So I guess by just giving him a pass and letting him fight Romain Stavern, right, is going to happen. Personally, I knew Povetkin was a cheat. Anybody who gets caught cheating, don't give a fuck who you are. We don't care who you are. You get caught cheating, it is what it is. You're a fucking cheater. And you can't sit there and make videos and then try to turn it into fucking race and then say shit about, when the truth is the truth. I'm not gonna lie. I think Wilder, Deontay Wilder's a fucking hype job. I really do think he's a hype job. But do you see me taking it out of bounds and taking it out on a race, on a certain race? No, right? So I would just like to congratulate everyone who just kept it boxing. Everyone who did exactly what I did, what 10 players did. We just stood out. We minded our business. And I like to say fuck you to those that try to bring me in to the bullshit and try to call me an irresponsible journalist because that person felt like a fairy who wasn't able to find any teeth that night. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show that the certain report that's going out there on a person within the boxing community is a straight bitch. He's got strawberry shortcake feelings, and it is what it is. Now, let's get into some boxing news. Some real boxing news. Antonio Margarito came back, and he seems to be on the right track. He defeated Raymond Alvarez by split decision. Okay, the thing is here, if you put Margarito against a talented younger fighter, Margarito's not gonna be able to hang. Okay, especially with that fucking eye. So let's just take it easy, and let's just see where this goes. Because I would like to see a Margarito Mosley too. I would love to see that. I would definitely love to see that shit. You know, can't give him. I'm just not gonna pay too much attention to Antonio Margarito. You know what I mean? You know, just like I'm telling Antonio Tarver, there are levels to this shit again. So if you're coming back in, you've got to climb certain levels again. You know, now Billy Joe Saunders was kicked off the card for the Canelo Smith fight on account of rejecting his opponent. And this is a man who holds a strap. This is a man who said he'd fight Gennady Gennadievich Golovkin in a year and a half from now. This is a man who, when he hears criticism about his non-fighting ass, he gets upset. Dan Rafael called him out, and he got upset. I'll say it many times. I'm gonna say it again. And if I ever seen him, I'll tell him again. You ain't shit, Billy Joe. You're not a real champion. You're a title holder. You're holding that title. Give that shit up. And I wish that they would actually strip your ass for inactivity. Because they did it to Rigondeaux, right? For political gain, just to get Santa Cruz and Frampton together, right? So these people have to start, and I'm going to say it again, these people have to start enforcing their laws, man. Hashtag strip Billy Joe. Let's start that movement. The great Muhammad Ali's fight of the century gloves went for sale, and they went up for a whopping $606,000. Now, I have to say this about that. I think it should have went for a little bit more. But the person who has purchased these gloves is a very lucky person. Listen, vacuum case them gloves. Preserve them the best you can. Keep them safe. You know what I mean? Congratulations, whoever you are. That's a prize. That is, man. You know what I mean? You basically have the hands of the greatest boxer that ever lived, man. Next to Robinson, of course. Felix Verdejo is out of the hospital, and he's recovering after a motorcycle accident. And I just have to say, I'm very happy that El Diamante, Felix Verdejo, is alive, well, is getting better. Didn't need no steel rods in his legs or in his hands or anything. Thank you, Lord. God bless you. You know, this goes for any fighter, too. I really wish Corrales would have survived that motorcycle accident, man. Diego Corrales. May he rest in peace, too, man. You know what I mean? But it's good that Felix Verdejo was able to pull through with the grace of God. And, you know, Diamante, que te ponga mejor. Get better. Straight up. Hashtag come back to boxing. Now, Lucian Bute's B sample is positive. Okay? It came up positive for a banned substance on Friday and last Friday, and it came up positive just like the A sample did. Okay, in late May, he tested positive for aspirin, also known as enobosarm. Okay, before his majority draw challenger, super middleweight champ or title holder Badou Jack, on April 30th at the DC Armory. A smart move by Bute was that he enrolled into the WBC testing program alongside Stevenson and a handful of others that have joined. And I'm happy about that. But the thing is here, and I'm just gonna say this because I want to get it out the way. And I've never spoken about. I mean, I've criticized it, but I've never given you guys my true feelings about someone who uses performance enhancing drugs in order to get ahead in the game. That's very fucking dangerous. I think you're a scumbag of the world. Whoever the fuck is testing positive and taking shit, there's no need for anyone to 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 take anything to get ahead or to get to where they need to go. You know what I mean? I think that the best thing for someone to do is just look into themselves and understand that if you're not built for this, then you shouldn't be there. You should not even try. You know what I'm saying? Taking performance enhancing drugs not only can injure a person, it can injure you in the long run. I'm more than sure you guys know this shit. But it's just the point. It makes no sense, man, for anybody to cheat to get ahead. What for? You know, when the IV gate scam came for the hug of the century match, right? You know, a lot of people flip-flopped on the person that came up, you know, that was under suspicion from Tom Hauser and got blown up by Tom Hauser. Actually had a handful, actually a hugful of his fans tell me if you ain't cheating, you ain't getting by, right? But then they were quick to say shit about a certain Filipino boxer as well, without any type of substance or proof. But it is what it is. Miguel Cotto versus Yuriorkis Gamboa is in the rumor mill at 150-pound catchweight. And I just have one question. Is this a fucking joke? Is this a fucking joke? There's a meme going around. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a funny ass fucking meme. They call this meme, and it has Cotto, GGG, Canelo, and they call them the big little guy club, meaning these are big guys fighting little guys. 25-1, 17 KOs. That's Yuriorkis Gamboa's record. And you see what fighting for money does to the sport, man. You see how it makes a mockery. Do you guys see this? Do you see this now? Do you see that there's a big difference between prize fighters and legacy fighters? And a lot of you fucking dummies are out there saying, what the fuck you talk about? They're prize fighter first. They're fighting for money. Know the difference, you fucking idiots. Know the fucking difference. I'm so sick of you motherfuckers. Always in these motherfucking, all the time. Yesterday, some dude was talking about on how Errol Spence Jr. was great because Pacquiao took him all the way to a UD and he was able to knock him down. Then he went as far as to say that he was going to knock out Bundu and do something that Keith Thurman wasn't able to do. That's just biased fanboyism, really. Because not only was he biased, he forgot to mention that Pacquiao tied up his record when he knocked Chris Algieri down 6 times with Tommy Hearns. See, and I just simply told him, don't leave out don't be biased, don't leave it out like that. And what was the first thing he did? Stupid. You're fucking casual. Me, a casual, but yet you didn't know that. You didn't know that Tommy Hearns is holding the records for the most knockdowns in a fucking fight, did you? You fucking casual, fucking nut hugger. Like you didn't know this? And of course you didn't. So you got all fucking hurt in the ass. You know what I'm saying? Benghazi cream, motherfucker. You need some Benghazi butthurt cream. And that's what happened. So now that I gave him the statistics and the education, he got upset. You know what I'm saying? But does this make sense to you guys? Cotto versus Yuriorkis Gamboa? And if you say yes, I tell you right now, man, if you're subscribed to me, get the fuck out. Get off. Because I don't get paid for this shit anyway. So get the fuck out of my channel. Because this shit makes no sense. Motherfuckers are going to wind up getting hurt. But now Rios, okay, and Cotto is being negotiated. False reporting or fighters cherry picking. See, so these are all just names being all thrown up. But it looks like Yoriokas Gamboa is getting pounded up. He's getting brawling, brother. So he can go out there and fight each and every fucking Hulkamaniac. What he's doing is he's getting bigger. He's gonna have to try to get to that 150 guy. The guy's a small guy. And Cotto turned down Juan Manuel Marquez. He turned him down to want to fight a smaller man. This shit is crazy. Now Vladimir Klitschko has announced this past week that the fight he was having with Tyson Fury has been postponed indefinitely on account of Tyson Fury wanting changes in the contract. Now, these past few months, Fury has been acting very weird and fucking strange. And I'll give you a couple of examples. Actually, I'll give you two. One, he tweeted that he was gay. He tweeted that he's a homosexual, and he came out. He came out with a pink bow tie, no shirt, with his homeboy or whoever the fuck he was next to him on the tweet. And on his Twitter page, in his profile pic, he left that picture on. He looked like a fucking fat, hairy, barrel-chested Chippendale dancer. It looked crazy. And then he just tweeted not too long ago before this shit that he was retired. I like Vladimir Klitschko, but I think the man has something wrong with him. I like Fury, no doubt. I like me some Tyson Fury, man. I also admire the way he saw Mike Tyson and kissed Mike Tyson's hand. Hashtag boxing royalty. But what the fuck is going on here? What's going on here, guys? Is Fury ducking? Is he trying to postpone this fight? Because personally, I think he's trying to do that in a hard way. In a hard way. Okay? In a hard way. Now, let me tell you guys exactly what's going on with HBO. But first, HBO has not picked up the Manny Pacquiao-Jesse Vargas fight. Okay? I say that's partially Top Rank's fault, simply because they should have pushed Jesse Vargas. He is a young Mexican champion. He has great potential. The kid can fight, man. And Top Rank isn't pushing him. But the thing here is, the only reason why HBO didn't pick them up is because they're making room for the packet of duck sauce, Alvarez, Canelo, and Triple G. Some stupid motherfucker tried to come out and say that it was Heyman that did it. But Heyman, HBO and Heyman do not work together. So stop it. And they didn't pick up that fight. And I feel that this is the reason why they didn't do that. This is the reason why they did that. They didn't pick up the fight because they have a future in, if he keeps fucking, you know what I'm saying, leaking that duck sauce, Canelo, and a half unified champion that's almost there in Gennady Golovkin. So what more why would you need someone that carried HBO on his fucking shoulders, right? Why would you need that? Who's coming back for one fight? I can understand. And it's just not my sell as well. See, but now Bob Arum has a problem. how you selling this fight. I feel that before contracts were signed, they should have had a venue already. They should have had everything, the televised operations worked out and everything. But they didn't do that. So, by not pushing Jesse Vargas is exactly what's costing this fight no type of televised coverage. Now, I came across ESPN. Max Kellerman is on the show now. First Take. And they were talking about Floyd versus, Mayweather Jr. versus Ward, right? What the fuck is going on? What's going on? Why are people still giving this man any type of relevance? He's retired. Okay? And what's with the mismatches, man? What's with the fucking mismatches? First we have GGG Brook, then Canelo Smith, Cotto Gamboa. Now talks of Ward Mayweather. On ESPN. And it was Stephen A. Smith, a.k.a. Stephen A. Flomo. And no, it's not because he's black. It's because he fucking nut hugs and vine swings off of fucking Mayweather Jr. And, it's ridiculous, but relax, because Ward and Mayweather fanboys, okay, it's just a conversation Max and Stephen A. Flomo were having. Nothing came out of it. Nothing came out of the conversation except the exposure of the fanboyism that Stephen A. Flomo has for fighters like Ward and Mayweather. He said that Kovalev and GGG are expected to knock out all of their opponents, as to Mayweather and Ward having to be survivors, and expects them to always be winners by points, except, and this is what got me pissed off. When he spoke on bigger guys that are supposed to knock out their opponents, he contradicted himself, because Floyd and Ward were bigger in some of, or should I say most of their fights, and never knocked out their opponents. He was way bigger than Juan Manuel Marquez. Pacquiao. Should I keep going? When being the bigger man, it's not always going to happen. You're not always going to knock everybody out. So all big men or bigger fighters will not always knock out their opponents. I'm sorry, Stephen A. Smith. You don't know shit about boxing. Stick to football, baseball, karaoke, and whatever else you do. But do not debate with Max Kellerman on boxing, because a man knows more than you. You know what I'm saying? The most you should do, and it's okay to give insight, but if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you need to stop it. Because you were the leader of the fanboyism club for Mayweather Jr. during that whole 6-year thing. Until towards the end, where you started to see this, is when you started to open up about Pacquiao. Right? So the propaganda machine is you. Timothy Bradley has re-signed with Top Rank Boxing, and some call it a dumb move, some call it slavery. Some expected Rock Nation, TMT to sign him. But the other promotions are into pay-per-view numbers and the fact of getting asses on seats. They're not into hard legacy fighters. This is why he signed with Top Rank. Again, he loves to fight. And I have to say, welcome back, champ. Welcome back. Now, before I close out, I just want to let everybody know that Brosco and his 4-5 will be coming back. No longer delayed. Expect episode 25. And thank you for everyone who's been patient and following and has jumped back on the Roscoe and his 405 train that's gonna go express all the way into the stop of your entertainment. And it's just basically I'm gonna try to drop it tonight, so that way tomorrow, while everyone is waiting for these fights to kick off, you can listen to some Roscoe and his 45. Follow me on Twitter, Dean Brolic, BROLIC 1013. All right, at Dean Brolic 1013 on Twitter, and J.Cotto on Facebook. You can also go to my J.Cotto's fight page on Facebook as well. Just want to say, I'm not a part of any war. I'm not a part of anything. I have acquaintances and friends within both warring factions. I am this karate, no. This karate, yes. Daesan. There is no karate, maybe. Well, J.Cotto is karate, maybe. I'm right down the middle. I'm unbiased, I'm fair, and that's just the way it is. Otherwise than that, fight fans, my name is J.Cotto. Thank you for joining my fight page. Happy Friday, and God bless, stay vigilant. Peace, guys.